Hello, my Lead System Pro members and guests. This is Roxana Hanna here to introduce you to our very special member of the month for the month of July, and that's Mr. Tyler Pratt. How are you,
Yes,
Tyler?
I am fantastic. How are you?
Super. Thank you so much for being with us here. You just became featured member at the end of the month of June, and then you got another notice from me like a week later, and then you're like, hey, guess what? You're member of the month now. That was fast, right?
Yes, yes. I was not expecting that, so I was completely shocked.
Yeah.
You kind of
Well,
you left me hanging there for a little bit. You were like, guess what? And I was like, what? What?
I like it to be a big surprise.
Yes,
Okay, so you're in Florida now,
right. Bradenton,
and
Florida.
yeah, and you graduated from University in Austin.
Well, I went to school, University of Texas in Austin.
What took you out to Florida?
Uh, it's been kind of a wild ride. I guess I've moved around to a lot of different cities. I got married about 15 years ago, and we moved around. We went to Arizona, Colorado. We were in California, and then just moved out here about 5 years ago because my family was out here, my parents. So we thought we'd come out here and give it a shot, and so we've kind of, our kids are growing up here. They're about to go to high school, so it's been fun, out here in Florida.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. That's cool. Um, okay, your story is really interesting for, well, a couple reasons. Number one, you've got to tell everybody your whole network marketing background. I don't think I mean, you were born and raised in this stuff pretty much.
Right.
And yeah, and then the other thing I want you to touch on before you get started is, what's it like to grow up with your dad?
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
Right. So I grew up. My mom started a network marketing business when I was young, and even to this date, she's still one of the top money earners in the company. Got a free car every year,
That's so cool.
and I would go to the go to the conventions and be around it. So I saw it. She was always home. Anytime I needed money, I was always go to mom. So I understood it. I understood network marketing real early. And then my dad was a coach in the NFL for 35 years with not a lot of teams, but we moved around because we got laid off some of the teams, and that was fun because growing up I got a chance to see a lot of the coaches, the head coaches, and listen to their stories and hear them motivate motivate all the players before the games and at halftime. So it was really interesting because I got a chance to kind of, my mom always had the personal development tapes,
Yeah,
Jim
yeah.
Rome, John Maxwell we always had the tapes and the books, and she's always pushing me to read them, and I was around success with my dad. So growing up, it was I guess when I was growing up, I wanted to be rich because I saw a lot of the players, and they were driving their Ferraris and I had the nice suits on, and so I wanted to be that. And I thought, well, I didn't have, my grades weren't real good. Okay, I'll just come out and say it, but I got a track scholarship at the University of Texas, and I thought, well, I'll just be rich in sports. And after a few years, I realized that unless you're breaking world records in track and field, you're not really going to make a whole lot of money. So that's when I wanted to get into business. Start my own businesses after college. So yeah, that's kind of how I grew up.
Most people aren't introduced to, number one, network marketing until later, kind of until they sort of give up on the options of what they thought they were supposed to do. And then certainly they don't really get into self-development and aren't necessarily raised around it unless their parents are really into it. And then not everyone has an NFL coach for a dad, which that level, that's some serious discipline.
Right.
Like, it seems like there are a lot of people in this industry who are naturally successful because either they have a military disciplined background or they're an athlete. So it seems like those two categories are, or they were really successful in business and they already know this stuff. Otherwise, the rest of us, it's this brand new thing. We're picking up all these books, so we're developing as the years go on after we've already tried a bunch of other stuff. So that's why, to me, I wanted people to hear that about you. It's like, this is, this is, you know this stuff. You know this stuff well. Yet,
but
yet we still have to go through our own personal stumbling blocks as we're doing, right?
right.
So then tell us what it was like after you started getting into it.
Okay, so after college, my roommate came home and said, we're all going to join up this network marketing company. And so I went down to an opportunity meeting. The presenter was great, and I thought I was going to be, I'd be a big success, huge success, right? My parents were a big success. My mom, I grew up in it. I was always around success. I thought, first month I would be guaranteed money, and it didn't happen at all. I was I was terrible at it. I just was out there pushing people. I was going to the malls. I was doing everything wrong. In fact, I got kicked out of about 3 different malls before, because I'd go and we would actually go. We'd get all dressed up like like that's how we were supposed to do it. We'd go and we'd act like we're buying clothes, and then we try to recruit the salesperson trying to sell us the clothes, right? Try to talk them into our network marketing business. And so we get kicked out of the malls because they figure out that we were trying to pick them up. And so the first 5 years in the industry, I spent about a ton of money. I didn't make any money. All right, I signed up maybe 4 people in the first 5 years, and I was in maybe 4 different companies, just getting in and out of the companies, thinking it was the next company was going to be the best. And I just, after 5 years, just quit. I just said, that's it.
Yeah.
The industry wasn't good for me. Maybe other people have success. I didn't have success. And so this was right around 1997, and that was when the internet was kind of getting started. So I jumped on the internet and thought, well, let me just see what this thing's all about. And so I had some good success on the internet early. 1997, for a few years, I did well on the internet, but then all of it just completely vanished on me. So then I went back to network marketing. And so for the past 10 years, I've been in and out of about 9 different network marketing companies, thinking that it was just another network marketing company. Maybe it was not me. Maybe it was the network marketing products, or the compensation plan was bad. And so I was just bouncing in and out of different companies. So you would think that, yeah, this great, I guess a great athlete goes to school for a scholarship, and the parents growing up, and they'd be a huge success in network marketing, but I was not. It was 18 years and 9 different companies in network marketing.
When I sent you the note about you becoming member of the month, I was really touched by your response. And you said, finally all this hard work is paying off.
Yes.
And I really respect that statement. It is a lot of hard work. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme at all.
No.
I love that title when people throw that on me. It's like, oh, okay. But what was it? What were the things that you methodically did to be recognized as someone who's crushing it with the numbers now?
Well, a year ago to this date, my wife was starting to have a little bit of success in a network marketing company that she was in, and just making a couple $100. And so I wanted to jump on the internet and maybe find some ways to use the internet. I haven't really, up until that point, I don't know if it dawned on me to use the internet to build a network marketing company up till then. But then I was like, well, let's try this and see if maybe the internet will work for it. And so I was surfing around, found magnetic sponsoring, read that, and it blew me away right away, because I was like, I don't have to go to the malls anymore. I don't have to cold call anymore. I don't have to do any of that. And that's when I started to get into the magnetic sponsoring and what they were talking about. But then I started to get frustrated, because I was thinking to myself, well, I got to create this product. I got to create this, my own landing pages. And then I thought, well, let me go see. There's got to be a system set up that I can jump into that is already done. Somebody's already out there created it. And that's when I found My Lead System Pro, and this was September of last year. And so I got in there, and I was just completely blown away by all the amount of training that was given by a lot of the top leaders in the companies, because I never really got that from other network marketing before. You know, when I was in other network marketing companies, you can never really go up to the top leaders in there and learn what they're doing. Mm-hmm. And so inside of My Lead System Pro, that's what really drew me in. So I just went in there and I just started going through the library, setting up my landing pages, setting up the email autoresponder. And then I just, one of the first trainings they said pick a marketing strategy, and that really resonated with me because up until that point I was bouncing around from all over the different things. Just, I'd start one thing, it wouldn't work. Start another thing, wouldn't work. Go here, and then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna pick one and go with it. And then I saw Rob Ford. He was one of the big trainers when I got in, and he said, blogging was the way to go. And then I saw Ray Higdon, and I started, watching a lot of his stuff, and I see that he was a big blogger. And so I just started blogging. Then I created a brand new blog. I created a brand new everything. I wanted a brand new Gmail account, brand new Facebook accounts. I was just going to start from scratch. And so that's what I've been doing. And at the beginning, Rob said, go out and create one piece of content for the next 100 days. And so, if he says do that, I'm going to go do it because obviously he has what I want. I mean, he's created a 10,000 downline in his 10,000 people in his downline, and that's what I want. So I didn't really question what he said to do. So for the next 100 days, I was creating content every day, just every day. And what it did, it created a habit for me of creating content. So that's what I've been doing. It's just been blogging and creating content, doing videos, and just kind of going from there. And it's there's some pivotal points that got me to, I guess, start crushing it, but it's kind of a cumulative of every day, just doing things every day. I just didn't all these shining objects that come at you, I just didn't cling on to them. I just stuck with one thing and then just went with that, and that's why it's starting to accumulate and doing well.
It's that saying, I don't remember it exactly, about being teachable and being coachable.
Right. I mean, that's the one thing is, and you get in here and you look at Diane Hockman and Ray Higdon and Michelle. These are leaders in network marketing. I mean, they've been proven to create big organizations in network marketing. So if they say do this, then you just do this. You don't question whether it'll work or not. You just go for it, and that's what's great about My Lead System Pro.
And the pivotal moments were moments where you learned things about your process throughout the learning process for yourself that helped you, right? So for people who, let's say, they start on something, they get involved, they're going to have, would you say that they would probably have their own pivotal moments as they're growing and learning through that one process?
Right, because you're going to learn a system, but it's not going to be overnight. It's not going to something that's going to happen overnight. And for me, my pivotal moment, and it's a great learning experience, but I listened to all the morning calls. Every morning call, I'm listening to it. Every Wednesday training, I'm on it. I get on your mindset trainings, and listen to these because I'm only looking for one little nugget that I can pull out. I mean, I'm not really looking for anything big, just one little thing. And then I was listening to a morning call, and Norbert was on there, and he says, if you're just creating content just to create content, it's not going to work. And he says you got to go out and you got to find keywords that you can master and find keywords that are being searched that aren't really being there's no competition for them. And it was, if I wasn't on that call that morning, I wouldn't have heard that, and I would have continued to just been kind of spinning my wheels, not really going where I wanted to go. And so the learning, I guess the learning experience from that is you always got to be on those calls because you never know what's going to click at any time. You never know, like, people get frustrated all the time, and then you get on a morning call or get on a Wednesday webinar, and then something just clicks, and then you get to the next level, and it just keeps going from there.
Yeah, you got to stay plugged in.
That was my pivotal moment.
Right. Right. That's great to hear. That's great advice. That one of the main points of these interviews, video, is so that to help people stay encouraged.
Right.
There is a way to make it, and you can make it your own, and everybody does, and they all say the same thing, is to pick one thing and
Right.
go for it.
It's so true. It's so true, and you have to do that
It's so
because
hard to do for people. It's so hard to do. I don't
it
know
it
why.
is. I
Yeah.
agree. And I mean, there's all kinds of marketing strategies you can use. You got YouTube, you got Facebook, you got blogging. And they're all excellent because you see people that are doing well with them all, but you tend to start spreading yourself out too much, and then you never really get the big picture.
What do you say to new members on your team when they say, okay, what do I do after the setting up the getting started steps? What's your advice to them to do?
Uh, the advice I give to them was basically the advice that was given to me. Spend 2 weeks on the training library. Pick out maybe a trainer that you like. Pick out somebody that maybe you can relate with. Watch trainings till you are absolutely falling asleep for 2 weeks, and then after that, you go to work, and you just continue to go to work after that. For my daily routine is every morning I'm creating value as far as creating content. So every morning I'm writing an article, maybe doing a video. I'm trying to create value for other people that I've learned from My Lead System Pro. And then in the afternoon, I can spend getting into the training libraries and learning a lot of new stuff. So I tell people to get in, watch the trainings, and then go to work. Because if you just continually are watching the trainings over and over and you never really get out there and start getting action going, then you're just going to be consuming value all the time. You're never really going to be creating value.
Right, right. It's like if you were learning how to do a flip off a diving board and you just watched the people do the backflips and you never actually did a belly flop or landed on your head a little bit.
Right. You got to land on your head a few times. That's so true.
Awesome. Yeah. So what do you, if you were to summarize what My Lead System Pro is, how would you summarize it?
Oh, that's a great question. Summarize it. It's a. I went to. Here we go. I went to. Live the Dream 2. Okay, this was back in October, and
Really?
yeah, I was there. I was in the back of the room, and I remember Brian was there, and I was all nervous. I wanted to go up and talk to him and shake his hand, and I went up to him, and I didn't know what I was going to say to him, but I just said, you made me love network marketing again, and that was the truth at the time. And at the time, I only had maybe 2 members in My Lead System Pro, and so I told him, I said, I got 2 members. He says, that's great. You get 2 more, and then you won't have to pay for it anymore. So I think summing it up, it makes you love the industry again, whether you've gotten beat up so many years and whether it's never worked for you, you have the opportunity to get in and make it work finally for you.
Yeah, we're an awesome community, and now everybody knows who you are, so you're gonna you'll definitely be on stage. Okay. How are you guys doing? Are you in the company that your wife was building? How are you guys doing now?
Well, see, that's the whole goal of My Lead System Pro, is to generate leads and then to get people into your network marketing company.
Right.
And the funny thing is I was building content. I was doing My Lead System Pro, and after about 4 months, maybe 5 months, I wasn't really getting a whole lot of traffic, but I was still doing it. And then all of a sudden, my phone rang, and the lady calls up and she says, "I've been watching you. I've seen what you're doing. I've seen your network marketing company, and I want to join." And there was this big long pause, right? I was like, I didn't know what to say. I was like, come on, who is this? I was like, come on, this got to be a joke, right? No, and she wanted to sign up, for the network marketing company. So I was like, this stuff really works. It actually works. And so over the past 6 months, we've been doing it for about 1.5 years, okay? And I guess, the first year was good, but in the last 6 months, 7 months, it's really exploded. We've grown over 2,000 people across, really the globe, UK, Canada, Australia. So it's been great, and it's not that I guess I learned everything in My Lead System Pro, and then I got to take that knowledge and then go out and use the internet and tools to build the network marketing business and combine the two. So you get people that sign up for My Lead System Pro, and they may be in another network marketing company, which is okay, and that's great. But sometimes people sign up for internet marketing, and then you can give them a call, talk to them a little bit, and then see if they're interested in your network marketing business. So that's what makes it great with My Lead System Pro.
Right, and there are plenty of people who jump from company to company searching for the right team.
Right.
You know, just the place where they feel like they belong more.
Right. That's
Yeah,
important. I mean, that's important. It's very important.
Yeah. So cool, very cool. Congratulations.
Thank
We
you.
look forward to meeting you in October.
Yes.
For Live the Dream 3.
That's right, in Dallas, I believe.
Dallas, that's right.
Can't
and
wait.
I know it's going to be a lot of fun. What is your blog address for people to go to and visit you?
winwithtyler.com is my blog address.
winwithtyler.com.
Right, that redirects to winwithtylerpratt.com.
Cool.
Yes.
Very good. Well, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate everything that you do for our community. We appreciate having you as an important part of My Lead System Pro, and congratulations 1,000 times.
Thank you. Thank you to you guys, Todd, Norbert, Brian, and Rox for selecting me this month. It's been a big honor, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for it.
We just look at the numbers. You did it all. we just look at the numbers.
Very good.
All right. Thanks so much. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.